Okay, and hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to a special edition of Diva Lifestyle Show, Relationship versus Situationships. I am your host, Toni Nicole, and I have some awesome special panelists that's going to give you some insight on all that you've been thinking about pertaining to relationships and situationships. So I am going to start off with the beautiful actress, entrepreneur, Kelah Elaine is in the house.
Hi.
We also have the owner of Honeydew Media and Photography, Phillip Holloway.
How you doing?
And we have actor, entrepreneur, comedian, Rodney Landrum is in the house.
Oh, how y'all doing?
And last but not least, we have the gospel songstress and co-host to the show that I'm on, Brave Talk Show, Dani Nicole is in the house.
Sup?
Right. So, okay, so everybody's on social media. We are always looking on people's timeline. Everybody is always posting about relationships, situationships. Everybody is low-key dissing each other when they're in a relationship. Somebody did them wrong. Let's just get down to the meat and potatoes of what's going on out here. Like, are people in a relationship or are people in a situationship? So I'm going to ask each one of you, starting with Kelah first.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What's your definition of situationship?
Come on, girl.
Come through.
My definition of situationship would be probably we fool with each other, but we ain't gonna fool with nobody else. Like we together, but we not together. It's like we do our thing, but we don't talk nobody else.
More detail.
Okay. All right. Rodney, I want you to answer that. What's your definition of situationship, brother? Tell me.
Oh, I can give it to you.
Okay.
Hey, when you're actually dealing with someone and that you guys are not going nowhere, like you are. How can I put it? You're doing a lot of sleeping. You're sleeping with each other more than you're going out and spending time. It's not you're not trying to get close to anyone's family. It's more of we get together and we Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill.
I hate him.
Netflix and chill. Okay, y'all gotta remember that. Viewers, remember that Netflix and chill is part of situationships, can be. All right? So I'm just saying.
But it's time outside of the bedroom. More time is we getting together and we spend more time in the bedroom. Oh, comments. I want to know. Anybody think different?
Oh, yeah, we get ready to go down the line. So, Dani, what's your definition?
Of situationship?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my definition of situationship is pretty much what Kelah said, but then it's other situations keeping you from actually being in a relationship with that person. It'd be something that maybe you with somebody else, and when you're free and they're free, then y'all in a situation. More like an entanglement, but you know what I mean.
We just had to throw entanglement in there.
Right. Had to go there.
This ain't the red table.
Okay? Yeah.
Will and Jada ain't here. All right, so this ain't the red tape. Phillip, what's your definition of situationship?
So I would say that a situationship is more so where two people have something that they're looking for in common. So it may not always be, in the bedroom. It may be that maybe you just want somebody to go out with, but you're not looking for a relationship. It's just that a need is being met between, you both with no long-term plans. So that's what I would define a situationship to be.
No plans to do nothing else.
Right.
All right.
Ooh.
I need an organ on that one right there. We should have had an organ on standby. All right, so the next question, and I'm just going to piggyback on, actually, all of y'all have said everything that I would say pretty much on situationship. Now we'll add this. With situationships, you do have where there's two people that's cool with each other, of course, the Netflix and chill, or they have agreed upon being at a certain level, not going outside that realm, but there is confusion. You have some people that are trying to get those relationship qualities mixed in with the situationship.
Yeah.
They're catching feelings, but not even wanting to cross over.
Yeah. I mean, but I think that usually comes in where you weren't being real with yourself. So you thought that your situationship was going to take you further. So maybe the other person wanted the situationship. That's not really what you wanted, but you accepted it in hopes that it's going to go further. And most of the time, that doesn't happen.
And see, that's why it's very valid to have communication at the very beginning when you're dealing with someone. You need to let them know at right then and there, what is it that you want? Where you trying to go with this?
Super facts.
So we won't waste each other's time. Okay, if this is what we just gonna be physical, then that's cool. Then that's what's gonna be. If it's gonna be relationship type stuff, or we gonna grow with it, then guess what? Let's start laying the foundation for that. So moving on to the next question. What would be the reason to why most people pretty much, no, let's scratch that because we pretty much answered it. Okay, can the situationship turn into a relationship?
9 times out of 10, no.
So, okay, Dani saying no. Kelah, what you say?
I'm gonna say it depends it depends if those two people want it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think sometimes certain situations lead people to each other, and I think sometimes people do work out. I mean, from being in situations, you know what I'm saying? So it really depends on those two people and how much they want it to work. A relationship takes work, so if they're both willing to work on it, compromise and grow together, I feel like they can work.
Okay, all right.
I think 9 times out of 10 only because it's all about how you start off. It's kind of hard to reconfigure, something more serious when it wasn't serious in the beginning. That's just how I feel about it.
Right, like it's all about the conversation. If you're not talking and getting to know each other and bonding like that, like you can talk to someone, like you can meet somebody, talk to them just enough just to get them in bed. And then I always bedroom. I'm just gonna be honest about it. And then that a lot of times that's what y'all do. Y'all end up in the bedroom more than not. Y'all end up forgetting about it. And then the woman, somebody you let's say, well, let's go out. But it don't never work that way. It always be you going straight to the. I'm just gonna be honest about it. They're my experience.
Yeah, I mean, and I can say that my marriage actually came from a situationship, and more so because we weren't each other's type at all. So we didn't necessarily come into it with the plans to take it further. But once we started caring for each other, we knew that it wasn't the superficial stuff that was attracting us to each other. It actually had to be personality. It had to be love there, because I looked nothing like what she had before, and and she didn't look like what I had before. But coming into it, it was perfect. It was perfect timing. And when I looked at it, I'm like, man, like I really love her. I love who she is. So, but all along though, even when I was in situationships, I knew what I wanted eventually. I just had to come across it. So I do believe that, you can turn a situationship into something, but that's when you really want it and you're actually in the search of why you're in this.
Depends on you as a person versus, the actual the situationship itself.
Right. I agree.
I agree with that.
Okay, cool. Rodney, you like to add anything else to that? We'll go to the next question.
That sounds pretty good, but I was, I like to say this, like first meet someone, you have a choice on how you want it to turn out. Like, if you speak, if you let them know from the jump, like, you know, I want to talk, you know, get to know you a little better. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, because what I realized about, you know, in my experiences, once I end up coming straight off and just jumping in bed with them, usually I don't really care about nothing. I don't really talk about nothing else. It's just be nothing but like, just come on and do it. It's unconscious. I unconsciously do it. I don't, you know, and I never want anything else from them. But I've had something where I can talk to, like if I got to be able to carry on a conversation. If I can't talk, yeah.
That's
you know,
real talk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
real.
but at the same time, so the difference between my wife and like all the other situationships I had, you know, I saw her in a position that actually inspired me to do more as a man. So whereas every other situationship I had, it was all about the sex. And at that point, you know, it really is, it's over after that. Like it's nothing else. But after, you know, after you gain the respect of or respect for the woman that you have in your situationship with, you no longer want the situationship. Like you feel like they deserve more.
Say that.
So, but I mean, I guess it was just coming across the right one, man. But I definitely get what you're saying, Rodney. I'm not saying you wrong, because it was a lot of that until I actually found something that I was good with.
I just got tired. I got tired of that.
I get it.
I hear that.
Now, eat that or something. I'm just being honest.
And that's what we want. We just want honesty on this show. You know what I'm saying? Want you to speak your mind and how you feel, because everybody has different opinions about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we want the viewers to see, because there's people out here that's watching, and they can think like Rodney, think like Kelah, think like Dani, think like Phillip, think like Toni. You know, everybody's got different views. But that's why we're here to talk about this, because we actually can help someone try to figure out a situation that they're in, the relationship that they're in. Because some people, they kind of like, they go within themselves and they try to figure out what to do. And then they can relate based upon what we're saying.
Right.
So,
I agree.
Yeah. All right. So the next question I got is, let's flip it over to relationships now. Okay. Of course, we could talk about the good things about relationships. Let's talk about what, like this sentence I'm gonna put out here. I want you to finish it. Today, many relationships end from the lack of. Dani, you go.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so the question is, you got to fill in the blank. The blank is at the end.
Okay.
Today, many relationships end from the lack of
understanding.
Understanding. Okay. Kelah, what is? Huh?
Communication.
Okay. Rodney.
Trust in that person. Trust.
Okay. And Phillip.
Because of different interpretations of love. And what that means.
Well, I'll tell you like a professor or something. I mean, I just want to ask.
That man, hey, listen, that man love
over here. You go point.
I mean, he can tell it all. He found something I ain't found yet.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you know, I mean, everybody's looking for that, you know, they're equal. Everybody's looking for that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hopefully there's a connection that can happen from this show, you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody want to just call up with that person, call up Brenda, Tyrone, whoever. No, don't do that. Flip it. Don't do that. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, we've got communication, you know, understanding, trust, you know, interpretations of love. I want to bring something also too. In relationships, I think a lot of times people are so caught up or infatuated on being something that they think the other person wants. The representative. Let's talk about the representative.
Yeah. About that, please. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about how you can be introduced to the representative instead of the real person. The real person comes later after they want to show their ass and everything like that. They just want to show out. That's when you see the real person. The representative is what's supposed to reel you in and catch you.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, but the thing about it is that the representative, it's like, you know, let's go ahead and kill that. You know, represent who you are, the real you. That way, I don't have to be in therapy later trying to figure out why the representative that messed me up.
Like, who this?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, can I say something right now?
Yeah.
But when you see somebody, you have a you think, I mean, you actually judging them. So you thinking this person want this person I'm finna show them. Like first if they say, well, you know, I'm looking for somebody looking for love or something, but then at the same time, you gonna give him that representative. Oh, I'm looking for that too. Yeah, because I notice women do that to me when I say, well, I'm not looking for a relationship. Well, I'm good too. But then if I say I'm looking for a relationship, that's what I want to. See,
they go in the same vein as you, no matter what you say, because they want to get you. They want to get with you.
What they want when they see me, they know what they want. They already got in the head.
Yeah.
Sleep with that man.
True.
Just like I'm trying to get it. I don't care what I get. I'm just trying to get what I need. I'll figure out how to eat. But let me get it first.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all ain't gotta get quiet. That's what it is.
So y'all got to get quiet.
Take notes. That's
take note, right? Yeah, this is note taking time. Phillip, you like to add anything to that?
I mean, I think a lot of the times people don't even really know what they want, really. So, I mean, a lot of the times, you know, they're coming into it hoping that they can, you know, get the best out of somebody and somebody can bring the best out of them or whatever you're looking for. Because, I mean, it could be sexual. You could be looking for the best experience sexually that you could get, and you get it, and now you feel something completely different. Or you may, you know, start to get it, and I don't care who you are. Like if you're getting something initially, like I tell my wife all the time, I could buy you flowers every day for a month. The first week you're gonna be like, thank you for these flowers. Now after 30 days, it's gonna be like, why you didn't get me bigger ones? Like you know, our nations, you've been giving me roses all month. But that's because we get used. Once you get used to somebody doing something, you usually change. So in that, you say that this person isn't the same person that you met initially, or the person that they gave you has changed. But ultimately, what they're looking for changed. It's not that they changed, it's their expectations changing. So, and my wife, we had this conversation. I told her, I was like, nothing about me changed from the beginning in respects to what I do for you, but you gotten used to it. So the good man that you was appreciating before, you're used to having him now. So now you're like, hey, all of this is good. Everything that you're doing is good, but can I have a little bit more of it?
Yeah, you want more. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So
wait a minute.
So did I open up a door?
Okay, so I say something, please. You see this finger? This finger's up for a reason.
Go ahead,
okay.
Dani, got the floor. Go ahead.
So my mom always told me that you never start something that you
can't finish.
Come on, look. Let me tell you something. Okay, so if you are a man of action or a woman of action, and you you're just big hearted. You want to keep doing things. After a while, you gonna get tired. Look, so you're gonna get tired of doing the same thing because you're gonna start feeling unappreciated. So why start something that you're not gonna really finish?
So
see, let me say this, because I'm agree with that. I think sometimes that we See, why? See, this is why my nerves get tore up on stuff like this, because I just get tore up. Because why are we number one, you too old to be playing these bullshit games, okay? We too old to be playing these games. My thing is, if you find somebody that would go out here and go on the limb for you and accept you for all your flaws and all your stuff, what is the problem? What's the problem?
So,
I'm confused.
I don't have a problem with doing anything.
I know some of us women want more. Some of us women just want exactly once you do for us, that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us don't want the whole world. We want to build the world with you. Some of us don't want you to hand us an empire.
Come on.
All of us are not gold diggers. All of us don't want you to give us daddy's cookies.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
pull
that.
you back, Kelah. Pull you back. We'll pull you back.
I didn't say that.
Let me pull you back. Let me pull you back.
I didn't say that.
Myself. And if I want to do that, I can do that. But the moment I feel unappreciated, in the moment I feel like you disconnecting yourself, in the moment I feel like I'm about to be used, I'm going to deuces. Bye.
I got you.
Girl, did you breathe? Did you breathe?
Girl,
I got
mad.
Now, but I do want to say this though. So, in efforts to be a good man, like it's not even necessarily about me starting it from the beginning and then not keeping it up. Like I'm gonna do this forever, like forever. I'm gonna definitely make sure that my wife gets what she wants. But what I'm saying is that it's easy for us as people to, and I'll bring it back to like a job. So you come into a job, they paying you more money than your last job. You're appreciative. You're like, yeah, this is the best job I ever had. You call your friends, hey, they're hiring over here. And then 6 months later, you're like, man, I don't want to be here no more. They're paying a little bit more over there. Because your income now adjusted to what you were, it caught up. So I'm going to relate that to a relationship. When it's new and you're getting way more than you used to get, you're appreciative. But after time, you're less appreciative because you're used to it. So I'm going to keep doing it. Don't get me wrong. I want to give my wife the world. But what I'm saying from her perspective, you know, we were able to communicate this and we got through it. But your expectations from me shouldn't continue to get bigger just because you are used to it. Just appreciate each time. If I got you roses for a year straight, don't say, well, you got me 12 last month. Why don't you give me 24 this month? Like appreciate the 12 because I'm doing it because I love you, not because I'm just trying to wow you. Like I want to make sure you feel good. And I appreciate you.
You do have, and I have to say this, you do have some women that are wanting the man to do way more.
That's
you know,
true.
that you do have some women. Now me, for instance, okay, that's cool. You gave me flowers, that's fine. I'm with Kelah in a way, you know. I want to build with you. I'm not really expecting you to give me the whole world. I don't want you to break your neck and break your back. I've been in relationships like that. Now I do appreciate that effort because see, my thing is I want us to go the side. We need to be walking beside each other and building. You know, we do it for each other. You know, but I don't want you to feel like you got to just go overboard.
Right.
You know, because I'm loving you, your heart, your soul, your spirit, all of that. You know,
right.
To me, you are the flower. You know that I'm getting.
You better come on and
somebody need to send you some flowers.
I'm just saying that's just how, you know, and that's what I tried to tell the knuckleheads in my past that they just did not get it. It's like they went to the curve, got to the curve, and then ran straight off the curve, and they didn't hear a word that I said.
Man,
give me a yard, they'll take a whole foot.
I think we need to give her some time to talk because she done had some experiences.
Well, think about it though. It's the love language too. Like some people, like I've had women who tried to shower me with a bunch of gifts, and I didn't like them though. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't like the gift.
Didn't like but it didn't really matter.
You doing too?
Oh well. Was that too much for y'all? I'm sorry.
No, keep it up.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just saying. let them do that, and then it didn't really. Well, I'm just being honest. I mean, I know people feel like that. You know what I'm saying is, hey, my love language touching me. I like to be touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
speaking of that, let's talk about love languages. So let's talk about love languages real quick. Okay, so Rodney said his is touch. Physical touch is his. Doing the motion and everything, so you can tell you really feeling that. So, Dani, what's your love language?
Oh, I'm just saying that's what make people love you, like you know what I'm saying? Because you know, men, a lot of men give women a lot. That don't mean the woman gonna love them.
Preach.
Yeah, but I think if you a good man, I feel like if
I've seen good man get humbled.
yeah, but I feel like if you a good woman, if you really, if you come out of a bad situation and you praying and you asking God, I do want better, and God give you better, you're gonna do just as much for that person that's doing for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
for that.
I got something for that.
See, no, see, a man.
Lord.
Hold on.
Got something for
Don't do that. See, I'm about to get mad on this show.
You up here saying that love, you getting them love, right? You getting them, you getting them what you want again. What you saying? Like what are you doing? How you do it?
I feel like a man should be appreciated just as much as he appreciates that woman.
Well, that's true. Yeah, okay. But just saying that they don't appreciate what you're doing for them. What you doing
then it's time to move on.
Okay, yeah. Give and take.
There's a word for that. There's a word for shared responsibility. It's called reciprocity, people. Okay.
You know, a lot of people can't spell that. I'm just being honest.
I'm just saying it's the equal thing. It's the equal thing. And when you give, you're giving out from your heart. Like Phillip, he's doing
Right.
it regardless. You know, you're not looking for nothing in returns because he loves his wife. You know, and then you see those couples that are out there. You know, you can see the love and affection in their eyes because you can see that they actually love each other and they're doing things for each other versus, you know, whether you can find out if they're not. You know, you can actually see this outward appearance. You can see it.
Right.
Love glow is all over them. It's out there, you know.
It ain't what you give, is how you make them feel. Like they'll forget what you gave them, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
I agree with that.
What you mean by that?
Agree with that, Kelah?
Feel what? Like make it feel
You
what
said-
though?
Huh? You see what?
What you say,
What do
Dani?
I was saying like make it feel what? Like, you know, because I mean feelings come and go, you know.
I
Talking about how to make them feel in the physical sense, or just how you make them feel in general?
That experience, yeah, that feeling you get. Like, don't you remember a time when somebody did something for you and you felt like, man, you felt so, you will never forget it. That's more like, you'll never forget, you will always appreciate what they did for you.
Sun, moon, and the stars uses, you know, that feeling.
yeah. It makes you appreciate.
Yeah.
Sometimes a person can do something for you and it reminds you of who you are.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that. I think sometimes we come from broken relationships, since we're in relationships, and somebody come into your life and they show you a different side. And then they present you with something and it's just like, it changes your whole outlook on yourself. It makes you realize like, I am a queen or a king. I do deserve the world and I don't have to settle.
Right.
So that comes into the place of value. So the person the person that you're with in the relationship, they see your worth. They see what you're not seeing in yourself. So, you know, it's one of the many foundations of love. And it turns into unconditional. You know, I mean, because it's like, okay, I know this person got baggage. I know they got this, they got that. Now, here's the difference. There's a flip side. Sometimes a person come into your life, they seasonal, sometimes they're lifetimers. Sometimes those seasonal people will try to turn you into a psychiatrist or a doctor. And then after you're done, you got to go see a doctor too.
Because it didn't drain the
Because they drained you. You know,
Mhm.
you got some people that are so damaged to the point that sometimes the level of relationship is not good for them at that time, but being a friend while they're healing does a world of difference.
I agree.
I mean, but I'm probably gonna set myself up with y'all on this one, but I'm gonna share it. But this was when I was a young man. So I met a young lady, and when I first saw her, I was like, yo, she's a queen. Like, I marry her. Like, I mean, it was just almost like instant, like, yo, I love the way she's carrying herself. So, you know, I started talking to her. I'm like, all right, you want to go out. And again, I was young. So Cheesecake Factory, like, I worked 40 hours trying to make this thing happen. I'm going to take her to the restaurant that I can't afford, but we're going to go. So take her there. She's like, man, nobody ever did anything like this for me. And I'm like, now to her, this was a grand gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But to me, I thought so high of her that I thought that's all guys
she
did.
deserved. Yeah.
But I thought all guys did that.
Oh
her.
my God.
So at this point, she pretty much told me that nobody else did this for her. So I'm like, I shouldn't have done this for you. Like, this devalued you completely. You should have just never said anything. Now, to her, I'm sure it meant a lot. But at the same time, she wasn't carrying herself in the same light that I saw her in. Now, as a more mature man, I probably could have, I probably could have continued doing it. But at the time, it was a no-go. Now, obviously that was immature on my part. But I do notice that a lot of women will tell guys everything in their past in the initial few moments or few conversations. My ex treated me like this. He did this to me. He never took me out. And if you're telling somebody that you're expecting more from, right, like how are you expecting to get something different? They're going to give you what you used to getting. So
we were talking about that earlier. Mm-hmm.
So and that's somebody that's looking for either that queen or looking for that situationship. So you talking, right? So that you talking could definitely change it. So a lot of the ladies, they're like, I don't understand why this man didn't just see me as this person that needed some love, and instead, he just played with my heart. But a lot of the times, you just talk too much.
Yeah,
you told too much. I say you told too much.
But I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I don't mean to cut you off. I agree with you on that, because the thing about it is sometimes you don't need to be disclosing all of that from what happened from your ex, because sometimes you get set up and the person that you're with can turn around and set you up to be the last person just left.
Yeah.
They're going to end up doing the same thing to you because you told them, okay, well, he did this, he robbed for me, he did this to me, all this, I got 5 kids, and he ain't doing nothing, all that kind of stuff. So now he getting ready to, and over here, the person that sits on his shoulder said, boy, if you don't hurry up and pack your bags and run, she's crazy. Mm-hmm. Then you got some soft joke over here saying, you know what, just go ahead, you could probably help her, you could change her, you can show her something different. When he do show her something different,
diamond in the rough.
that diamond turned into a cubic zirconium. It was probably a cubic at the beginning, okay? I'm just saying.
He said
so, but I get your point.
I have a question. Right. How important is knowing everything about a person's detail, like, their history, in order to, consider? I mean, is the past really that important? Is the here and now more important than the past?
Yeah, they past is important. You want to know what you're dealing with.
Ooh, yeah, I need to know.
But see, you got to learn the stages of disclosing that too. You just can't just take a dump truck and just run it into somebody of everything that happened in your past from the first initial jump. Don't do that.
BC before Christ. Come on, let's go.
You still do BC before Christ. Listen, I need to know. I need to know. I need just as transparent as I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm sitting here and I'm telling you Because I'm like, I ain't got time for games.
But
Some of us too
everybody is
old.
not on that level, honey. Most people got time.
Well, that's how people get killed.
Yeah, that's how my people die.
It gets real.
Get killed.
That's happening
Well,
all the time.
like, what are you saying? Like, what are you talking about disclosing?
Well, when it comes down to getting to know somebody, if you're in that relationship mode, not you pass the situationship, you're ready for something real, you get to know that person. At what point is it even that good to even talk about, your past? If they ask you questions like, tell me about why, you got a divorce, or tell me how many kids you got, or tell me this and that, stuff like that.
Happened before. That's really gonna happen before y'all get in a relationship. I'm gonna know that. I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you. You ain't told me nothing.
And that's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to know something. But
I'm gonna
don't run away.
See that, know that you trust me some. I mean, trust me a little. I gotta see your sensitive side.
That's
I gotta
right.
see. Yeah, I gotta see it. I mean, I don't see it.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, let's just take a brief little break for one moment. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Dani Nicole. I am one of the hosts of the Brave Talk Show. So guess what? We're offering an opportunity to all entrepreneurs to promote or advertise their business on our show. For more information, please contact us at t.n.e.networksllc@gmail.com or visit our website at www.tnenetworks.com. Hey, have you seen the show yet? Check us out on YouTube. And if you like it, hit like and then subscribe. How about that?
All right, we're back to the Diva Lifestyle Show, special edition of relationships versus situationships. This is getting good. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, TNE Networks. Make sure you do that so you can keep up with all the shows and the specials that come out up on the TNE Networks. Now, back to this awesome conversation about relationships and situationships. So we had to flip it. So we got away from situationships, went over to relationships. Seemed like the relationships got really deep because we started talking about self-worth. We started talking about, appreciation. And then we also started talking about craziness and representatives, all that kind of stuff. So I want to start off the question real quick with who has the greatest responsibilities when it comes to a relationship? Is it the man or the woman?
I say both.
I say both too.
Both.
I say responsibilities on both.
Okay.
You're ultimately responsible for your happiness. A person is supposed to come in and add to your happiness, but I do believe it's both parties' responsibility to keep up the relationship.
Okay. Fellas, what y'all think?
I'm gonna let Rodney start this one.
Why
I'm gonna piggyback. I'm gonna piggyback off of Rodney.
Come on, right.
Pastor. Come on through, Pastor.
All
Give me
right.
a word.
Come on through.
Look, I said, give me a word, Pastor.
Well, I mean, I agree with both. I agree with both but you never know who, like what somebody's bringing to the table. They may been in something and they may not have a certain percent. They may have 40% of themselves because they done been through too much and they don't have no more to give. And people been hurt and beat up on so bad, this world will be down.
Oh.
So you don't know what somebody been through. Like I've talked to people who I can say a situation where I was talking to this girl and the first time I didn't answer, I think me and her was talking and I went to do something and didn't answer the phone. And I mean, I didn't answer the phone for a few hours. She went, but now like something was wrong with her. She had like something was wrong. She was broke down crying, like, I don't know what she been through, but apparently it must.
Heard of that before.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, are you really tore up? She was really, I mean, really tore up, like emotional.
That sounds like abandonment issue too.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like that person might have had abandonment issues because
Right.
usually when a person goes through something like that, even
Yeah.
if you haven't heard from them in almost like 2 or 3, maybe just an hour, you know,
Yeah.
Preach.
if it's just an hour,
You lose
you
your
know, it's like you checking your phone, you got 27 and 30 missed calls.
Yeah.
Now that's a bit extreme, like 27 minutes, but I do understand.
That's what it is. It's people out here do that.
But I understand the whole thing about abandonment. I mean, I feel like if you guys are both in agreement of that, you're trying to get to know each other, and that you're trying to.
Y'all, can I say something right quick? Y'all do know everybody ain't gonna be on your level. Like you can meet somebody, they just not
That's true.
at that moment.
Then don't entertain them. That's the whole thing. Then don't entertain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
now that is true.
Get on
Careful of entertaining people.
You don't like what you got right here at this table. Get on through.
But listen, what they do,
Leave them alone.
Okay.
Leave me where I'm at.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you what that is. They may have looked at you as that very attractive. You know what I'm saying? They looking at, because we got sinful nature. It's our nature to love women.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sinful nature.
Somebody come get this pastor.
So what we'll look at you and say, God, I got to have her. So whatever it is to get your clothes off, I'm gonna have to do that. So what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna care about how you feel after that. I'm not ready for you. So then you can say, well, I want to be in a relationship. Well, I apologize. But you know what I'm saying? Your chips is you know what I'm talking about. You ain't got no more chips. I'm in chips.
Phillip, you gonna piggyback off that, Phillip? You gonna piggyback off that? Come on.
Get that down, Rodney.
Was that too bad?
Yeah, you just made it hard. Even if you had talked a little bit longer, it would have been easier, maybe, for me to come behind you. But you dropped me off a cliff and then
He let you tumble down that cliff. That's what he did.
so,
Come on, you can do it. Come on.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't really think that I don't think I can really give any good insight on this. Like I've been like in a relationship for like 14 years.
Your past, how you,
so
you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I get it. I can't really give no insight because I don't know what it's like to be out here right now. So
you're a kid, right? Don't move on. Can we go?
Say that again, Rodney.
Everybody's gonna kill it. So we gotta move on from that.
Yeah, let's move on.
Dani, right? Look at me.
I can't give y'all no
Let's move on from that. Okay, we're moving on from that. All right, I don't know how we flipped it. I was talking about responsibilities, then we went into entertaining and all that.
Oh my gosh. Jesus.
I was just saying responsibility meaning whoever the person is more responsible, who got their head on straight. They may be thinking relationship.
Okay.
Okay,
so that
you need to give us your answer now.
Okay, so yeah, it did. It went left, so I can come back to the responsibilities piece.
Bring it back to the front. Yeah.
So from the responsibilities, I really feel like it just depends on what it's like when you come into your relationship. So I mean, in some parts, like if just say that the man is working, he's doing good, and maybe the woman or young lady, maybe she's not where she wants to be. Maybe she needs some help. So now that man is there to pick her up a little bit, inspire her, help her get where she needs to be. So maybe he has a bigger role, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe the young lady is up right now. And that was the case when me and my wife met. I mean, she was, I think, in her first year of college. And then she graduated college and was about to start her master's degree. And I'm like, man, I don't have anything at all. I need to go get mine.
Yeah.
So she was on her way to something while I was stagnant. So at that time, I would say that she had more of a responsibility in that relationship. But it eventually inspired me to the point where now I'm going to say it's pretty even, but that's more so because of her being who she is, which is why we're together.
Okay.
I like that.
All right, that's cool. That's good.
Right.
All right.
You in there with her? Yeah, y'all had some tough time. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's all right. So you understood the situation you was in. See, like
Right.
you was in a situation where she was going to college, and what you did is you stepped up as a man and say, well, I ain't gonna let that mess us up, even though I have to do a little bit more, I carry a little bit more of the weight. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I'm a man anyway. And men like to be felt like they're needed and appreciated. So, and I know she needed you, and then she appreciated you. And through that tough time when she was in college, I know I can understand. And then you was there for her, man. That's
I mean,
right.
And I worked while she was in college, and then it flipped where she worked some when I went to school. I mean, so it's definitely shifted. There's been times that I was unemployed, she was unemployed, I was up, she was up. But ultimately we're a team, you know, so
a team, it is. That's it.
Right. So when you're working as a team, I mean, it may not be always equal. But as long as, you know, you got somebody that's with you that can, you know, that can pick up your slack, then you're good.
Hello.
That's good. All right, let's move on to, we got 2 more questions then done for the show. The next question is, let's talk about social media and relationships. So when it comes to relationships and marriages, how should social media be handled? How should it be handled between you and your partner? Like, some people are, okay, we just gonna have a joint page together. Some people have issues with their partner on social media not showing the status, you know, that they're married or something, because you got some people that are married and they got a whole wife, a whole husband over there.
Their whole relationship status is out.
Whole relationship status is nada.
Did you say a whole wife, like a whole piece of pie or something?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
I mean, they do. I mean, so what's your view on that? How do you feel like you in a relationship or, you know, marriage or whatever? How do you and your spouse handle social media? Because social media is a breeding ground for people hooking up, for people trying to, you know, live a different life. Because you got some people that have these different lives out here, all up in other people's inboxes.
Right.
Pretending to be single when it's not.
This one, I want people to start off. Somebody start that one.
I would say it depends on the couple. Communication, understanding, respecting each other's individuality, giving each other space, but then at the same time, I mean, you have to know who your husband or who your wife is. Like, you know, if you know that they're flirtatious, maybe a Facebook account is not good for you. I don't know.
Hey, excuse me. What's your name now? What's your
Dani.
Dani.
It's Dani.
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 I'm sorry.
Can we get a more of what you would do if you was married? What do you think your techniques? What would you think would be a good fit?
For me, when I was married, when I was married, because I was okay with my husband having a Facebook account. I trusted him, he trusted me, and that's just how it was. We had an understanding.
Okay, but y'all having an understanding, did y'all understand each other to put y'all statuses out there saying that y'all was married?
Yes. That's where the understanding came in.
Okay, well, that's what I needed you to say was.
I was getting to that now.
Into that.
Oh God, Kelah,
I'm nervous.
Huh?
I'm nervous. Go ahead. I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous.
Go ahead, Kelah. The same question. How would you handle social media, you know, in a relationship or marriage?
I feel like, all right, y'all. I feel like you guys should have an understanding. If you trust your partner, then yeah. It's not that I don't trust him. I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the case too. Yeah, that follows into.
Hey, you know, it's some thirsty ones out there that really want your relationship. And I feel like if y'all have a strong foundation, that's what I really, really believe. If there's nothing else I've learned from my past relationship, it would be I'm not gonna be on social media with my new relationship. I'll jump. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we'll
absolutely, yeah.
Ease in that thing, and yeah, maybe after being together after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months, then we put a picture up there. And because my thing is like what they don't know they can't ruin.
Well, when you say put a picture up, that means you're gonna have a joint account? Or are you saying?
No, I feel like we should have our own separate accounts. That's the whole thing of building a foundation of trust. If I can't trust you, I don't need to be with you.
Individuality, come on.
I gotta be.
And also too, in on social media, you do have people where they're not going to disclose that they're together, but they're expecting people out there to know that they are together because they're showing pictures and all that kind of stuff. Now, say what?
We might just be friends. That might be my homeboy.
True, and that's true. But that's where the misunderstanding come in at, because you got some people that think like that on social media. They be like, well, our pictures are up there. They should have known we were together. No, that don't necessarily mean that. You could be a relative. You could be anybody.
Well, don't try to come. If he's mine and you should know he's mine, then I mean, that's to me, that's just disrespectful. Now, if my man play into that, that's him. I'm gonna get on to him. I'm not gonna get on that girl because I feel like he's ultimately responsible.
Exactly.
For his response. He's ultimately responsible for his response. And you got me out there. You about to lose me over some ass? Okay. Try me. Both of y'all be wearing rings around your eyes.
You can't stop. You're not gonna be able to stop people from coming at your husband or coming at your wife. I mean, if they're attracted, you're not gonna be able to stop that. That's just how it is. You just have to have the understanding, like, okay, we're not gonna let what's going on Facebook separate us. That's it.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But he can stop the responses.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like for me, I'm not tripping off of what my wife does on Facebook, period. Like I don't even like we tag each other and stuff or whatever, but that's her, man. Like I've never tried to stop anybody from cheating on me. Like I'm not going to. I'm not gonna put that energy into it because I can't do it.
That's true.
So I would much rather put that energy into finding somebody that I could be with and not have to do that than having to put all that. And she don't do it to me. Like I'm gonna conduct myself in the world, whether I'm on Facebook, whether I'm out in the mall, and like people are asking me, well,
let's go.
Do you have your ring on?
Oh, now that man right there.
I mean,
that's a word. That's a word, Pastor Phillip.
I mean, but it's a fact, man. Like some people be like, well, do you have your ring on today? And I'm like, I'm married. I'm all the way married. And I'm gonna conduct myself that way, whether I got this ring on or not. And if you come up to me and you say, hey, how are you doing? Are you married or whatever? Or are you in a relationship? Yeah, I'm married. Like I don't have a ring on today, but I'm married. So and I've had women, approach me even with my ring on.
Thank you.
The ring don't matter no more. The ring does not matter.
It's how you conduct yourself. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you. Can I start now?
Go ahead, Rodney. Go ahead.
And it well, when they marry, they get more than the single man. I can't get no. I have to get the.
Maybe that's because of who you was with, baby. Honey, that got nothing to do with the rest of us.
No, I ain't talking about no. I ain't talking about me being married. I'm saying married men get more sex from other women.
Don't put that out there. Don't do that. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. Because you're gonna break up.
Those are facts, though. It's facts.
No, it's not.
Investigating. Okay, it's gonna be some investigating going on.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Press the leave button.
Man, what can happen? Okay, well let me get back to my social media. We're gonna bring it back. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the social media thing with the group, the social media. Like how would I feel about me and my wife being on social media? Can I
Yes, you can, Pastor. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rodney.
All I'm gonna say is that's definitely trust. That's trust, because I know what goes on in the inbox. I've had a woman who was married. I'm just gonna tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
She posted her and her husband, they lovey-dovey, all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She told me she ready. I'm just saying. I mean, but you look on her page, you would never think she was doing it.
It happens. It definitely happens.
It happens.
I'm just saying what I've experienced. I'm just saying, and I'm like, darn, you doing that, but at the same time, you and your husband just at part of the day, you hugging and kissing all them. But you
That
want me
proves
to?
my point, bro. That proves my point. You can't
Thought
stop it.
pocket. Thought
Or
pocket.
you have
Been married
a
for 20.
pastor who just celebrated his 30th wedding anniversary all up in
Ooh.
somebody's box. Talking
Come on.
about, I
Come
would
on.
love to take you on a vacation, just you and me.
Yes.
Don't worry about the first lady. I got you.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Yep.
what it-
Cold-blooded.
GG, where my bell at? I
my
need
God,
something.
from I.
You need a screen.
Cold-blooded.
You edit to put a little music or something in the background. Pow, like something. But that was a good one.
I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if I could do a movie on what comes in my inbox is
Woo!
I'm
Say,
telling you, it don't make no sense. But to have a
know.
pastor or a bishop get up
Yeah.
in your inbox, he's supposed to be a man of God. He over here talking about how he's celebrating 30 or 40 years with his wife. Yeah, all
Yeah.
these kids
Pictures
and
out there and
grandkids.
everything. Got pictures out there and everything. Come on.
He bought his wife all this jewelry and clothes and stuff. And
Yeah,
then
honey.
inbox talking about me. You need to take a trip. I got a timeshare down here. Let's go.
You know what it is. He done bought
I
a
mean-
car. He said, well, baby, I done bought you a car now. I can go out and get a little shot.
I'm sick of him.
I'm
Somebody
just saying
get,
what he
somebody
think.
get this
I mean,
man.
that might be where you think it is. I ain't thinking like that. I'm just
I mean, but you got to think about it though. Like, it's a lot of women that make it hard for respectable women, because
Right.
he shot that shot one time, but he probably shot it 100 times and
Thank you,
landed 50.
Thank
So I mean, I can't get mad at the bishop when it's women out here taking it. So
Oh yeah, there are women that's out here taking. Say, oh yeah, and guess what? Those same
Behind the closed
is
doors.
setting them up.
Pastor, can you pray for me, Pastor?
Yeah.
Can you lay pastor? One
They
lamb.
want him to do a pass. Look, they want to get with him because of his expertise, like Pastor Wilson. They want to get with him on that.
yeah,
Okay.
It's
that
all in.
tuition paid.
Oh,
No, you're not. I didn't.
Come on,
I'm
talk
sick
about
of you. I want you to stop it right now. I need
me.
to, right now. Stretch forth
But
your
I'm
hand and
just
say
saying,
stop
you
it.
know. But I'm glad that y'all were making. Did everybody answer the question about the social media?
Yeah.
No, child.
You know, every time we put a question out there, we always go to the left, which is good because we need to bring this stuff up, whatever piggybacks off of it. All right, so let's just move forward with the last question. Now,
I'm scared.
don't be scared. It's a safe question. The question is,
There's Rodney in the room. Ain't nothing safe but Rodney in this room.
Okay.
Rodney's been great. He's been great. Philip's been excellent. Everybody's been good in here. Girl, you are a firecracker, Kelah, because you went in and didn't even breathe. Okay? What Phillip said, what he said, you did not breathe.
30 minutes of the show.
I'm gonna pop your butt.
All right, here's the last question of the night, y'all. What would be your best relationship advice to our viewers?
Who wants to go first?
Kelah, go ahead, go first.
I'll laugh.
I want to go in the middle because I don't know what you about to say. Go ahead, Pastor.
Rodney, you want to go first?
Really?
Would you like to go first on the relationship advice? What relationship advice would you give our viewers?
Is it you already in a relationship or you out of a relationship?
No.
Okay, let's say they're looking for a relationship. What's the advice you would give them?
Okay, yeah. You want me to give it to them already?
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to go ahead and go, Rodney, you can.
Hey, you gotta, this is my thing here. You gotta talk to the guy, find out if you like him or not, if you enjoy talking to him, see how serious he is, what kind of level he on. But don't go over his house now. Don't do that.
Well, go to his
Go
house.
over there. He talking about come on over and see, stop by and see me. Don't do that for her.
Okay.
Don't go on, meet him somewhere, drive your own car.
Ladies, that's good. That's good advice. That's good
See
advice.
if he can talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And then interested in him. See if he'll call you right back after he leaves. I'm just saying, you got to find if he's really interested. Because if he just, he might be trying to smash and that's it. But you don't know. So unless you talk to him, see where his head at, see what he's doing, if you might be interested before you ever go over his house. Don't do that. Then y'all need to go out for real. Go out. At least 2 times.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Phillip.
I'm gonna go back to that whole definition of love statement that I said earlier. Basically, I would make sure that the person that you are talking to, that y'all have a good understanding, or at least a similar understanding of what love is. Because like I've seen some females say, if he loved me, he wouldn't cheat on me. But her definition of love is somebody that won't be loyal, be honest, and his definition of love is somebody that I would protect. But I could protect somebody and still cheat on you. So the whole time he's saying I love you, she's saying I love you back, but you mean 2 different things.
Yeah, I might give you this money.
So I would definitely make sure that your understanding of what love is. So like for me, I learned my definition of love came from the Bible. So for God so loved the world that he gave. So that's sacrifice. So for me, I'm a sacrifice for who I love, but that's where my definition of love came from. So speaking to somebody that has that same understanding, then we can actually, complement each other. But if it's different, then, we pretty much playing on uneven turf.
Okay. All right. Kelah?
Go, Kelah, give us time.
I hate. If I could give relationship advice, I'm gonna go with Phillip said too. Piggybacking off that, like love is acceptance. Love is acceptance. Love is accepting the person for who they are. You're not going to try to change that person for who they are. I feel like if you're going to love somebody, love them full-heartedly. Love everything about that person. And I feel like the more you love on that person, the more that you grow with that person, the more that you guys involve, and the more that you guys be transparent and communicate with each other. That's the biggest thing for me, communication. The more you communicate, they'll change. You know what I'm saying? Like in a relationship, 2 things are going to happen. Either you're going to change or they're going to change, or you're going to change together. So I think so more so if you, first of all, ask God, because I think a lot of times we get in these relationships, we don't ask God for nothing. We just want God to just bless it and just, Lord, touch it. And Lord, like, that ain't who I want you to be with.
We don't discern anymore. We don't do that.
We don't. We go our feelings. And that's what gets us heartbroken is our feelings. Because we're expecting somebody to be what our expectations are. And they don't reach them, then we're heartbroken. Like it's their fault. No, it's our fault. So I would say just heal first. Anybody that's coming out of a relationship, heal first. You'll find that person. Somebody's going to brighten your world, make your day a whole lot better. And grow. You guys grow together. Don't worry about what everybody else say. You guys hang in there together.
Well, you got to give us a little more information there, Kelah, because you said heal. Well, how long we got to heal?
You heal until your heart is able to love again. Until your heart is able to not think about somebody who hurt you and you cry. Or you come up in a situation, say you're involved with somebody and they have a situation and they say something that triggers you. If you start crying and start going, I knew you was like that, you're not healed. You're not healed because then you're
mode.
Yeah, you're allowing yourself now to trust that person wholeheartedly. And I think that's ultimately what we all want. We want somebody that we can trust wholeheartedly. We want somebody to love on. We want somebody to love us. I think that's all humans want. It's the beauty in love.
That's what's up.
So what you saying, 3 months?
You just say 3 months.
No.
Listen, if you've been in a long relationship, you're gonna have to wait at least 3 months.
I agree with that. You're going to have to wait, but
some way longer than that.
Right?
Know?
There's no time limit on healing.
Trying to help y'all out.
So what do you do? No. So what do you do if somebody come in your life and they start to change your life for the better and you heal through them? What happens then?
Well, that must be an amazing man. You know, ain't that many amazing men out here.
True. That is very true.
Very true.
Sometimes a person can come in your life and help you heal.
Yeah, because they can do that now.
Mm-hmm.
Good like that. He'll send somebody to you, help you out.
Hey, now he will do that. They'll show you your worth and value. But I declare after this podcast, there's gonna be some questionable questions after this.
Okay. Dani, let's go ahead. What is your advice, please?
Well, the one thing that Kelah said about growth, I'd rather grow in love with someone than fall in love with someone. When you fall in love with someone, it's easy to fall out of love with that person. When you're growing in love with someone, that means that you are allowing time to cultivate that relationship to the utmost. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Okay, so my ending advice is make sure that you are with someone or find someone that's not selfish.
Yeah.
You're not going to go nowhere in the relationship if a person is selfish. If they are only in the relationship to get what they want from you and they won't give out as far as giving into the relationship, they just want to take, don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, like you said, that'll drain. That's just like a bank. They just go keep getting money out of a bank without putting none in. Man, what a way to end.
Well, listen, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We had such a good time on the show. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank Dani and Kelah and Rodney and Phillip. You guys were amazing. We're going to do a part 2 of this. So I have to invite you guys back so we can get to even more stuff. So the next time, we're definitely going to go live so that we can get questions from people that are viewing, so that we can even get even more deeper into it all. So until next time, thank you guys so much and take care.